All right, I'm recording. It's episode 5 of Gainz Train. Games Train. I wish right now. I definitely do wish that this was about me getting ready for the CrossFit Games for sure. Oh, how differently things would be right now. So I don't even know. Like, I'm not going to rewatch my last episode, but I do know that I was in a very, very vulnerable spot. Made a lot of really hard choices last week for myself in terms of mentally how I'm approaching this journey and actually asking myself if I'm fully giving it what it should be given, the full effort I need, if I'm actually all in on this journey. And as I'm reflecting, I know that I haven't been all in on this journey. And that's a hard thing for me to talk about, but it's important because I know how many of you guys out there, maybe your goals aren't the same as mine, but we often wonder why things aren't getting better, why they're not improving, why we're not seeing results. And it can be easy to look at all the external factors that are affecting our decisions. And until we get some clarity on how to take action with all of that stuff going on, it's just going to be this never ending battle with yourself where, you're going to be in and out and in and out, in and out. And honestly, I had to really ask myself, what did I need? And when it comes down to it all, sorry, I take a sip of my drink. I literally wanted to make sure I got this done today because I have a busy day and this is my priority today. Okay. So when I was reflecting, I recognized that there were some things I was not comfortable with. Um, my health is what matters most, but I'm living in a lot of fear around what weight gain is going to also mean for me in terms of my image, how other people are going to view me, and a feeling of a lack of control. And that's something that's hard for me to admit. But the reason I was so focused on those two things is because I wasn't really actually taking the time to process why those things were holding me back and why they actually mattered. And so last week, when I was in a place of like, I just felt like dog shit, feeling like a failure, and all this stuff, I literally took Friday and Saturday and just really allowed myself to think about everything, about what was holding me back. I reached out to some friends, and honestly, that's always hard because when you're reaching out to people for help, you're going to get advice. It's what you ask for. And sometimes their advice might come from a place of care and maybe they really do want to see you, obviously succeed, but sometimes when you look too many places for advice, you just end up making yourself more confused. And I feel like that's kind of what's happened to me over the last couple of months is I've been getting advice from so many people and doing so many different things that it's all been distractions. And I literally had to take last weekend and say, let's just clear the slate. Let's just start from scratch and really see what it actually is that you need. And when I recognized what I needed was I needed space to think because I was so reactive to everything in my day that it was affecting my nutrition and my training and everything. And then when those two things got affected, it was obviously stalling my results. And essentially, so here's like an example is I know you guys can all relate to being really busy. You skip a meal, whatever, you'll make it up later, you don't make it up later, whatever. When that happens and you're trying to be in a Gainz train, like that's something that I have to be mindful of. And I can't just let that happen. Like I have to like, nope, I'm going to eat something. I have to do what I tell my clients to do. And I was letting that stuff be the excuses when in reality, like there was also some justification. Okay, I'm not going to have to do this. And again, I'm rambling a little bit because right now this is a very like confusing. It just isn't as easy as people think it is because if there's a mental reason why you're holding on to something, it does make it harder. Like I'm not inherently unhappy with my body. Then some days I am very unhappy with my body and I want to be a little bit bigger. But it's like I'm not unhappy enough to make the changes, right? I don't want to get uncomfortable. And that's kind of what I had to lean into this week. And so, it's kind of like coming to terms with the fact that like you know what you need to do, you know what the goal is, but you're really not putting in the effort in the right places. And I hope this resonates for some of you guys because if you are someone that struggles with commitment and you get frustrated with yourself, I totally get it. I know you have a goal, but the changes aren't easy. And these changes aren't easy for me. So, um, weight update. How about that? I am flat. I basically have been hovering right between, 120, 121. My highest since I started this has been 122, but for the most part, I've been maintaining. And maintenance isn't a bad thing. Like maintaining isn't bad, but if I'm gonna say I'm all in on this Gainz train, I got to go all in on the Gainz train. And so this week I have got to make some food changes, and I'm gonna do that. And my goal is that next week you guys have an update where I'm probably gonna be emotional again, like I was last week, because it's gonna be hard, but I can't keep doing this to myself. My health is telling me otherwise. And like I said, I don't feel bad, but if that's the solution to some of the issues, then maybe it's time for me to gain a little bit of weight. So, this is like so hard. This is like the hardest thing to do is talking to you guys about my struggles with weight gain. Like, I feel like y'all think as a coach that I should just be able to do what I can do and what I tell y'all to do. It's not that easy. When emotions at play, it's not. And so um I am talking to a coach and kind of like not officially working with them, but just getting some guidance and yeah, just a quick little update. This week is kind of feeling very vulnerable sharing all of this because it's not me. It's not the sunshine and rainbows. I'm crushing it. It's me telling y'all I'm struggling, and that's not easy. So that's why I'm recording these, and I'm gonna put them out when I feel ready. So till the next episode, I'm good.